Hey gang, welcome to the tutorial for Your Song by Elton John. Beautiful song, one of my favorites of his, if not my very favorite, certainly right up there. Highly requested tune. It's not what I would call the most difficult thing that he's ever done. It's also not, it's deceptively, it looks easier than it is, but it's not terribly at a huge high level of difficulty either. So I think it'll be a lot of fun for you to get the intricacies down. I know it was a lot of fun for me when I was working through learning those intricacies. So we're in the key of E flat. Darn it! Why doesn't everyone just write everything in C, right? You know, but so we're going to be in the key of E flat, and as always, I'm going to break this thing into sections so that you know, your video chapter list will guide you so that you can get from one place to the other easily. We're going to start in the first chapter. After this introduction, we'll start with the little intro. You know, which I just didn't play that quite right, but I'll teach it right. Anyway, we're going to start with that, and then we'll start looking at the verses, and we'll probably split the verse into two sections, and we'll look at the chorus, and we'll look at the second, that thing, because they modify it a little bit in the middle, and then we'll look at how to end it. So that's what we'll be doing here, and I look forward to it. So I'll stop yapping, and we'll get started. The next chapter, we'll take a look at the intro, so I'll see you there. Alright, well, we're going to be taking a look here in chapter 1 at the intro, which goes like so. This is all the farther we're going to be going here. Okay, so let me break that down for you. The left hand, we're going to look at that first because it follows pretty much a rotating pattern all the way through. We're in the key of E flat, like I said in the intro. I want you, here's your middle C. You're going to be thumb and pinky on E flats below that. Right here. Bum. So what it is, we're in cut time, alright? So it's like 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, and it'd be 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and... You're going to be coming down on 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1, 2. Actually, it's not and 1. It's 1, 2, a 1. If you're going to be technical, it's like 1E and a 2E and a 1. A 1, 2, a 1. So that's what the rhythm is bum, 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 bum. All right. So here's the pattern. You're on these E flats, you play octave, and then just the thumb. So bum, bum, 1, 2, a bum, 1, 2, ba octave, bum, thumb octave, thumb octave, thumb octave. Okay, so let's slow it down a little bit, take a look at it. So we're talking 1 and 2 and 1 and go and 1 and 2 and a 1 and 2 and a 1, 2 and a 1. Thumb octave, thumb octave. And you're basically doing that all the way through. There's one variation at the very end, the last time you get to that, and I'll show you where it comes up, but it's just instead of your little pickup note that's bum, dum, but instead of E flat, you'll go to a B flat. So it's like ba-bum. So we'll cover that when we get to the right spot. But that's all the left hand's doing all the way through the intro is octaves, thumb, thumb octaves, thumb, thumb octaves. Okay? So let's take a look at the right hand. We're going to be, first you have to find octave G's. Here's middle C. You're going to be on the 2 G's above that with your thumb and your pinky, and you'll be forming an E flat chord in between. So a B flat and an E flat here. I tend to finger it like this with index on B flat and middle finger on E flat. Some people would probably prefer to finger it like this with their ring finger on E flat. It's really up to you, whatever feels best. This is where I tend to do it. Okay? Excuse me, I didn't drink my V8 this morning. Okay. So, what you're going to do is you come down on this E flat chord here first. It's G, B flat, and E flat, just right here. So, chord, G, B flat, G, B flat, chord, G, B flat, G, E flat. See that? Bum, ba, bum, ba, dum. From there, we now go to an A flat chord, which is A flat octaves, thumb and pinky, with C and E flat in the middle. So it's there. So we've gone. And you play this full chord, then E flat, C, then octave A flats, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, to an E flat. So take a look at those two things together here in succession. Again. Take a look at it with the left hand worked in. I'll play it slow here. A little slower. Again. Okay, moving on to the next part. We now are going to have our hand in position to play a B flat chord, which is with F's in the octave position here. So F's with thumb and pinky, and then you're going to want your index finger on B flat and your ring finger here on D. And there's a little maneuver here that is one of my ballad chords that I teach in my ballad course called the Ballad Pack. It's called the added 9 chord. And what it is that it takes the 9th of the chord, which in a B flat chord is a C, and it plays it without the 7th, and it gets this really kind of pretty little, see? So, what the maneuver is, you play F and C together like so, and you go from C up to D. But your thumb stays down on F. The movement's up here, the F stays down. So C, D, B flat, C, D, B flat, ba-dun-da-dun. And then you want to lift up a little bit and come back down on this F in its octave F. So ba-dun-da-dun, 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 ba-da-dun-dun. Okay? Ba-dun-da-dun, D, B flat. And then from there we come down here to this A flat chord, which is A flat, E flat, and C. And it's, you play the chord. Actually what I do is I just play A flat and C together like this. Bum. And then follow your way down. So A flat and C, E flat, C, then octave C is A flat C. So watch that. So following into that, you're going. With that left hand in there. So remember, we're just going octave, thumb, thumb, octave, thumb. So, excuse me. Sorry, I'm starting out of context here. And that's where we do the B flat instead of the E flat in that left hand. So take a look here. And then we're just going to find ourselves on an E flat chord, which is right here. I usually play it as a full octave chord like G, B flat, E flat, and G. So you can do that just to give yourself a place of resolution, but that's effectively the first chord of the next section, so don't worry too much about it. So let's walk through the entire intro from beginning to end a few times, and then we'll move on to the next section. So we're going like so. Okay, again. Once more. And at full speed, without my fingers all contorted. Folks, I'll see you in the next section. We're going to take a look at the verse, and I'll see you there. Okay, chapter 2, we're going to look at the verse. We're going to split the verse into several parts here. Here's how far we're going to go. Okay, we're going to learn how to do this. Okay, that's how far we're going to go in this section. We'll pick it up from that point in the next section. So where are we? Well, let's take a look at the left hand. We're on E flats, and for this section in the verse, basically what we're going to be doing is just going. So it's like you're going to play. Left hand is always going to play, and the pinky you're going to play a note and kind of sustain it. And then 1, 2, on the 2 you're going to come up, play the same note an octave higher with your thumb, but you're not going to let up on the left hand, so it's like this. Just to add a little bit of pace. Okay, so what are the changes for the left hand? So it's E flat, then A flat. Same technique, so left, pinky, then thumb, pinky, then thumb. Then a D, because it's a B flat chord over a D bass, so E flat, A flat, D, G, then C, B flat, A flat, then a B flat, and that's where we end. So again, it's E flat, A flat, D, G, C, B flat, A flat, B flat. That's the last chord we're going to play here, and it's effectively the first chord of the next section. So you might want to sketch that down. It's E flat, A flat, D, G, B flat, A flat. And by the way, for those of you who are going, well, why don't you sketch it down, Steve, and make it part of the lesson? I'd love to do that, but you'd be surprised. The licensing required to give you a lead sheet is insane, and there's really not much required to do what I'm doing. So, sorry that I have to make you do that if you want it, but I have my reasons, and it has to do with the law. So, anyway, just throwing that out there for you, because I have people ask that all the time. Do you have sheet music, and do you have this, and do you have that? I can't sell that stuff to you without an enormous upfront investment. So that's another conversation to have at another time, but anyway, that's why I'm not just providing the chord changes with the lyrics. Okay, so that's the left hand, relatively straightforward. The right hand, we start here. This is middle C. You're going to form an E flat chord here, octaves, G, B flat, E flat, and G. Okay, so the first thing that it does is it just kind of does a backwards arpeggio. It starts here and it goes G, E flat, B flat, G, G. If you wanted to, you could play octaves on the first G there, but not necessary. It can just be like this. Okay, so that's your first opening salvo, and it looks like this with the left hand. Now when we go to the A flat, here's where we're at. We play octave G's like this, and it's G's, E flat, C, okay, G, E flat, C, and then C and G together like that. And then from there, it's C and F, and then C and E flat. So it looks like this. Ba da 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 da. Look at those two lines together. It looks like this. Down here, I played that a little funky. Hang on. Okay, from here, now we're on these D chords. You're going to form, remember when we did this in the intro when we went, only we were an octave higher, ba-dum-da-dum-da-dum. that's what we're going to do here. It's that B flat added 9 thing. Okay, so leading into that, now we simply go to this is a G minor chord and it's an arpeggio up. G, B flat, D, G. And it's G, B flat, D, G, G, F. So like this. See how it's ba da dun dun da dun. So let's take a look at how we got there. Again. Without my hands all contorted. Excuse me. Let me play that right now. Okay, one more time, slow, hands weird so you can see the keys. Okay, and right hand again real quick, slow, just so you can see it without the left hand making you confused. And I'm lifting up on the pedal, by the way, each time I change chords. So it's like the pedal's down, up, down. So it's like it's down, then lifting down real quick, then again, and again. So every time I change chords, basically every time I change a bass note, I go like that. Okay? That's how I'm controlling the pedal on this one. So you can play around with what feels right. I never really think that much about pedal, and that's the last thing I want to have to think about when I'm in performance. I'd rather just, just kind of let your foot, use your instincts. I hate, I hate making it that vague, but seriously, people get so caught up in trying to come up with the right technique for the pedal, and what they really need to do is get into the song. Just immerse yourself in the song and let your foot do what it already knows is the right thing to do. you know. So anyway, here we go. So we've gone that far. We've gone. Okay, now here's what the right hand's going to do. It goes like this. You're going to be kind of in a C minor chord position, octave C's, E flat, G. There you go. So it goes like this. D, E flat, C. D, E flat, C, C, G, E flat. See that? A little slower. Okay. And from there it just goes C, E flat, C, G, E flat. So watch that pattern. We've gone. And under the bass you're going C, B flat, A. So watch that. One more time. Okay. Okay. Now from here you form kind of a C minor chord, but it's over an A flat, so it becomes an A flat major 7. And it's E flat and G together like this, and it goes. So you play those two, then C, A flat. So it looks like this. Bum. So your first pair of notes is right here. Then you come down on C, A flat. Bottom, ba. And then it's C and F, E flat, C and F. And in your left hand you're just going. So watch this line here. Okay, so you've just gone again. Oops. Let me play that right for you. Okay, the next place we're going is an E flat with a B flat bass, but that's really the beginning of the next section. So let's just take a look at this whole line from beginning of the verse to that point, alright? So we've learned how to go. Take another look at that. One more time. One time without my hands all goofy. Excuse me, let me play that. Let me play it correctly for you, and I'm going to play it at full tempo. Okay, see you in the next section. We'll finish the verse. Alright, well, let's take a look at the rest of this verse, and then we'll be able to move into the chorus. So where we left off, we were on an E flat chord over a B flat bass. Okay, so where you're going to have your left hand obviously is on B flats. And then you're going to have your right hand. When we get into the right hand, you're going to be in an E flat chord in between two G's. Like so. G, B flat, E flat, G. Middle C right there. Okay. So the left hand, it just keeps doing its pattern like that. So it's B flat, B flat, B natural, C, E flat, F, A flat, D, D. Okay, so again, B flat again, B natural, C, E flat, F, A flat, D, D again. Okay, so what's happening in the right hand? Well, here's what it looks like. It goes like this. Excuse me. through it, but it's sort of like this. Okay, and then you're moving into the second half of the verse, which is very repetitive, so you already know pretty much how to play that. So what's happening? Well, so you play this E flat chord like this, which I just played this part of it, B flat, E flat, and G, and it's boom, G, B flat, E flat, G. Then you move to a B flat chord, which is F, D, B flat, and F, like this. And it's so you've gone F, D, B flat, F, B flat, F. And if you want to, you can actually play octave Fs and go. See, octave D, B flat, F, B flat, D, or B flat, F. Gives it a little more punch. You don't have to do that, but you can, so it's. Okay, now it goes to a G chord over a B bass, so you go G, B, D, G, G, F. Okay, take a look at coming into that. Okay, take a look at that again. I'll play it a little slower. Again. Again. Okay, and then from here on the C, you just play this little lick, which is D, E flat, G, C, G, C, or excuse me. So it's D, E flat, G, C, G, E flat, which is sort of like something we played in the last segment. Okay, so we've gone like so. once more. Nice and slow. Okay, without my hands contorted that far. Okay, now we form an E flat chord here. And you hold it, it goes like this. Bum, ba dum dum dum, bum, ba dum dum dum. So it's same notes that we've played before. The rhythm's just different. Instead of going, you go 1, ba dum dum dum. Okay, so here. E flat chord, G, B flat, E flat, G. Then you move to an F minor 7 chord, which is A flat, C, E flat, A flat with an F bass. Okay, and it's the same rhythm, bum, bottom, ba bum. So bum, bottom, bum, bum, bum. Bum, and then it's A, C, A flat, E flat. Okay, and then from there you go to an A flat chord, which is A flat, C, and E flat. And it's A flat chord, A flat, C, E flat, A flat. So we've gone here. Here we go up to these D's, and it's a B flat over a D chord, and it goes like this: F, D, B flat, F. F, D, B flat, F, B flat, D. Ba dun da dun da dun. This chord right here, it's a B flat suspension over a D. It's a weird chord, but it's F, B flat, and E flat. Ba dum da dum da dum bum bum. So bum bum. Then you trigger with your thumb, so it looks like this, and resolve it. So you're here. Ba bum 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 ba bum. Okay, now take a look at the whole section from beginning to end here. Oops. Sorry about that. Let me do that again. Again. Little slower. Again, slower. Now, a little tip, if you know your chords as you're playing these chords, I'm giving you the best that I can, that my ear can tell me on which note in the chord to be playing and all these arpeggios. But if you get the rhythms down, it really doesn't matter which note in the chord you're playing. You know, if you go here, or even if you went here. See, it doesn't really matter. It's more the rhythm, the ba da bum ba da da da, or ba da dun dun da dun. Okay, so let's actually start at the very beginning of what this segment did, and I'll play all the way through that part. So we started out here. So let me play that again. I'll do it a little slower. One more time slow. Without my hands all contorted at full speed. because I think I played that a little sloppy, so I'll do it one more time, hands uncontorted. Okay, so that concludes this section. In the next section, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to take what you've already learned and then change the transition a little bit to lead into the chorus, and then we'll break the chorus into a couple of segments as well. So I'll see you there. It'll be shorter than this one. Okay, in this section, this is a really short part, but what we're going to do is show you how to get into the chorus instead of going into another verse like we did at the end of last time. So you repeat everything you played from the last two sections, and you get to the part where it goes. And instead of going here, which is where we go to continue into another verse, instead of doing that, we're going to go to an E flat chord. And what it is, you're going to play it here. It's G, E flat, and B flat. In the left hand, what you're going to be doing is you're going to go E flat, E flat, G, E flat. Bum, 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 bum. Okay? Let me show you the right hand, and then I'll show you how the two fit together. So in the right hand, you're going to be here, B flat, E flat, G. So what it is, it's G and B flat, followed by E flat, B flat, and then G and B flat again. So bum, ba, bum, bum. A little hard to see that way. Let me do it here for you just so you can see the notes. Okay, and from there it's ba dun 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 dun. Now see, B flat, E flat, A flat. This is an E flat suspended chord. So it's bum, thumb, bum, 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 ba bum. And I come down and play this B flat with it. So it's like that. So watch this really slow. I'll do the very best I can to get my fingers out of the way so you can see what I'm up to. I'm even going to zoom in now a little bit on my right hand for you, because this is really important and it's difficult to see. Sorry about that. A little slower. Now I'm going to zoom back out a little bit here so you can see how the left hand works with this. So we're here and we go. Sorry about that. little slower. Once more. Without my hands all contorted. Okay, so we've just basically gone that'll take you into the chorus. So in the next section I will show you the chorus, and don't worry, just practice this, and then at the end I'll show you how to string all of these different sections together and make a song out of it. So but learn each section first, and then once it's under your fingers it'll be a breeze to put it together. Okay, see you in the next section. We're going to talk about the chorus. Alrighty, it's time to look at the chorus, and for those of you who have noticed that the lighting is a little bit different and something just seems a little off, it's true. It's a different day from when I filmed the earlier parts. It happens. Life gets in the way and you don't get everything done in one day. But I did wear the same shirt and the same jeans for you. Alright, enough of that inside baseball. What we're going to be looking at is this section right now. I'm going to break the chorus into a couple of sections. The first part is going to be this. Okay, so we're just going to get through this first thing where he says, "You can tell everybody this is your song," that thing. Okay, so what's happening in the left hand? Well, we're going to continue using the same sort of bass pattern we've been using, where you are in octaves and you play the pinky first, and then you follow it with the same note an octave higher with your thumb without lifting up on the pinky, so like this. Okay, so the notes are D, C, F, A flat, then again D, C, F, A flat. Okay, so that's all there is to the left hand. Okay, so the right hand, here are the chords if you want to sketch these down. It's B flat over D, C minor 7, F minor 7, A flat added 9, or A flat 2, however you like to write that. And then the same thing again, B flat over a D bass, C minor 7, F minor 7, A flat 2, or A flat added 9. Okay, so that's what's happening there with the chords. Let me show you the pattern you're going to follow in the right hand. What you do, on our B flat chord, what we want to do is we want to put pinky and thumb on F. This is middle C, by the way, so you're just so you can see reference where you're at on the keyboard. So you're gonna play that, and then you're gonna take your index finger and you're gonna put it on a B flat, and you play all three at the same time. So it's like this. Bum. Now the right hand has a little rhythm that goes bum ba dum bum ba dum bum ba dum. Okay, bum ba dum is what's happening. So keep that in mind. So you play your three here, your three notes here, and then it's thumb, index, pinky, thumb. And with that bass note, it looks like this. Okay, you're going to follow that same pattern on every chord that you play with your right hand. Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum. You know, all three together, then thumb, index, pinky, thumb. From here, we go to a C minor 7 chord, which is G, B flat, and E flat, and you play the chord G, B flat, E flat, G. Again, thumb, index, pinky, thumb. So we've gone okay? From here, we jump down to an F minor 7, which we're going to play F, A flat, and E flat. Okay? And again, we have our thumb, index, pinky, thumb. And the notes are the chord F, A flat, E flat, F. Notice where the left hand fits in. Bum ba dum ba dum. Bum ba dum ba dum. Ba dum. So thumb bum bum. So take a look at the line leading up to that point. One more time. Okay, now we jump up to this A flat 2 or A flat added 9, however you like to write it. And what it is, it's a smaller, more condensed chord. A flat, B flat, E flat. Okay. Thumb, index, pinky, thumb. So A flat, B flat, E flat, A flat. just the same way we've been doing everything else. So take a look at the whole line. I'll play it all the way through slow a few times. Time even slower. Okay? And of course the nice thing is you just play that twice in a row. So, like I say, you're going to run through that line 2 times and then you'll be ready for the next section, which we're going to teach in the next section on the video. So, one more time at regular speed with my hands uncontorted. Okay, we'll finish the chorus off in the next section of the video. I'll see you there. Okay, this is the second half of the chorus, and luckily everything that you learned in the first half of the chorus is transferable. First thing we're going to do, so we've just come out of this then it goes to I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind. This is very simple. What he's doing here is just kind of striking a chord and holding it. And then from there we go back to the same. So, luckily, like I say, that pattern you were using, dum ba dum da dum dum da dum da dum, which is reminiscent back to see, the intro of the song was built on that pattern, bum ba dum ba dum bum ba dum ba dum. Okay, so what I want to show you is first these long chords when he says I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind, where the left hand is just C, that's octave C's, B flat, A flat. That's all the farther we're going to look at for a second here. So it's just C, B flat, A natural, A flat. And up here you have an easy job. You're going to form a C minor chord in the what they call the second inversion. G, C, and E flat, middle C right there. And you're just going to play that over each one of these bass notes. So the chords are C minor over B flat, You could call this C minor over an A, or you could call it, technically it's also what you would call an A diminished, an A half diminished seventh, actually is what that would be called. It doesn't really matter, but however you like to write it, you can write it as an A half diminished seventh with a little circle in the line through it, or you can just say C minor over A. So again, C minor over B flat, C minor over A, and then this is an A flat major 7, which is A flat, and then your rest of your triad, and then a G, okay? So you can just play this chord, and each time you change the bass note, it just changes that chord. Hope you don't mind, hope you don't mind that I put down in words. Pretty simple, lucky stuff. So we've come out of this. Hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words. One more time. Okay, now from here, the left hand goes to G's, and we go back to our octave thing where it's pinky, then thumb. So G, A flat, F, B flat, B flat. Okay, so again, G, A flat, F, B flat again. And up here, you're going right back. So this is an E flat over a G chord, and you go right back to this thing where you're going to play this chord, which is G, B flat, and E flat. Bum, thumb, index, pinky, thumb. So you got E flat over G, then you have your A flat 2 again, which is A flat, B flat, and E flat. Again here. Then you have your F minor 7, which, just like when we played it in the earlier part of the chorus, it's F, A flat, and E flat. Okay, so again, here we were E flat over G, A flat 2, F minor 7. Take a look at that one more time. One more time, even slower. Okay, now we go to a B flat chord with a B flat bass, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna form it here, F, B flat, D, and we do our same thing we've been doing. Bum, ba dum, ba dum. Okay, now from there, here's where the variation comes. Bum, ba dum, ba dum. We make a little suspension out of it, which is we play B flat, C, and E flat together. And then we're going to sort of toggle off of our left hand, or off of our thumb on the right hand a little bit. So We've gone bum, ba dum, ba dum, bum, 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 on an F. Bum, 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 ba, bum. So listen to the rhythm. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum. See how we resolve this suspension up here on B when we're playing this. We resolve it down to a B flat and a D. So bum ba bum ba bum bum ba bum 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 bum. I'm gonna slow that down, watch it a couple of times here. Once again. And I just want to point out, Elton's a genius at this. This is one of the most influential things for me as a piano player is stuff like this. It would be very easy to leave out that thumb toggle and just go. That's not Elton's style. Elton's always using that thumb as a way to create pace and make it sound more complicated than it really is. He's always doing things like that. Bum, 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 bum. And so his music is loaded with maneuvers like that. And listen to the difference. It seems so simple. It's two notes. It's two notes. And it's one note at a time, played twice. Okay, with a thumb, and that's all it is, but listen to the difference when you leave it out. In fact, I'll even go into the part that's coming next so you can hear it in fluid motion. And then listen to the difference when you just add that little toggle with the thumb. So that's one of my favorite things about playing Elton and learning Elton is that he has such a great way of filling the sound out that you just don't get from a lot of other piano players. He's a genius at it, and it's been hugely influential for me as a player. So I'm glad to be passing this kind of stuff on. So let's just take a look at this whole line from hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words, and I'll just show from there all the way to the end, and then we'll move on to whatever's left here, which there's not a whole lot left to teach in this song. So here we were, slow. Again. play it at full speed without your hands all contorted, it looks like this. Okay, in the next section what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the slight variation on what's the intro, the whole. There's a slight variation of it that they play in between the first chorus and the second verse. So I will see you there, and then we'll be just about ready for a wrap-up. So looking forward to it. Okay, well, now we're going to look at a slight variation in the intro or the little instrumental thing. Okay, so what happens in the second verse, or in between the first chorus and the second verse, is that we come back up and we play. Sorry, I made a little goof there, but that's where it goes. So what I'm going to show you is just the slight difference between how he does it. Now this is based on the studio recording. There isn't really a right or a wrong way to do this. I mean, I doubt Elton ever plays it exactly the same way. I know I don't, except when I'm doing videos like this, because you got to pick something to latch onto. But so anything that your hand does that's in the right chord area is probably just fine. But I'm going to show you what was done in that studio recording. So what happens is we find our E flat chord, G and B flat and E flat in the middle. So what he does is he goes G, E flat, B flat, G, G, E flat. And all I hear when I'm listening to that at this time is just, I don't hear the little that I hear going on in the first one, but my ear could be wrong. If you want to play it with that, you can go, So it's up to you, but I'm going to teach it as just, because that's all I really hear going on at this time. Partially, I think, because at that time in the record they start bringing in more instruments, the orchestra gets a little louder and all of that, and I think Elton kind of simplified the part a little bit so it didn't get muddy, would be my guess. But I don't know, I can't transport in time and watch what he was doing, but that's all I hear is these little octave things. But as always, listen to it yourself. Let your own ear and your own gut guide you. This is a blueprint, not an end-all, be-all. So, okay. Then you come to A-flats, and you play these two as an octave. First, A-flat, then E-flat, C, octave, octave. So take a look at that riff. So A flats, E flat, C, A flats, E flat, A flat. back to this familiar place. So we have our F and C together, D, B flat, F, and then it goes down to your thumb, so watch that. Now I think that's a little different. I think in the original, I think in the introduction it went, see, but here my ear's telling me after listening to it about 200 times that it's so a little bit different in the middle than it was at the very beginning. All this being said, gang, I just want you to know that I think if you played it exactly the same way that you played the intro in between here, there's probably no Elton John police gonna come by and like put you in jail for it. But I am trying to show you the nuances because I know that's what you pay me the small bucks for. Sorry, the small bucks, get it? Okay, sorry. Feeling a little bit sarcastic right now. Okay. Excuse me? Then you come down here to A flat and C together like this. E flat, C, A flat, E flat, C. So the whole lick together looks like this. So very, very, very similar to the intro. I would learn the intro first. If you haven't already gotten that under your fingers, don't look at this, it'll just confuse you. Learn the intro real good and then come over here and this will just be like variation on what you already know. But if you're trying to learn both of them at the same time, I gotta tell you, you'll confuse yourself. You won't know up from down and right from left, and you'll be really frustrated and probably send me a nasty gram and say, you're confusing, Lungrin, you suck, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, who am I? Who am I to dispute that? Maybe I do. But my ear tells me there's a little difference between the two sections, and I'm just trying to teach you what I hear. Sorry, I'm really being a jackass. Okay. Without my hands contorted. And at full speed. There you go. Okay, all I'm going to do is show you how to string everything we've learned together in the next section and bring this thing to a close. So we'll do a wrap. See you there. Okay, well, what we're going to do now is I'm going to take these sections that I've shown you. This song is pretty repetitive, so I'm going to show you how to string them together into one song and take what you've already learned and end this thing. Now, I want to do a quick disclosure here because it's been like 3 or 4 days since I taught the first few portions of the video. I'm going to be close, but I may play some of the sections that I taught the first day, just slightly different. So don't pay attention to, unless if you want to pay attention to what I'm doing and look at it as a variation, if you see something that's different, that's fine. But this is just to show you basically how you take that, where to play it in the song, and string it together to make a song. So I apologize. When I do these, I listen and listen and listen to a section, and then I put the thing on pause, turn around, teach a section, turn the camera off, listen to the next section. So it's really fresh in my head. And right now it's not. But it'll be very close if it's not perfect. So again, don't pay attention. This is not where to learn how to play the song. This is to learn how to take what you've already learned and put it together to turn it into the song. And then if you see something I do that's a little bit different and you go, man, that's a cool variation, and you want to try and copy it, feel free. But the information I've given you is very sound, and it's as close as I can possibly, as my ears can get it from that from the original studio recording. So here we go. We start out with the introduction. Now we're into the first verse. So we've now gone to either the second verse, if you want to call it like that, or the second half of the first verse. Into the chorus, okay? So you take what you learned in the verses and you go into the chorus. Here's your little variation on the intro. So we've gone. And by the way, we're right back into the verse. I'm just going to, sorry. We go right back in and we play the same thing we did for either what you'd call verse 1 and 2 or the two halves of the first verse. So we've gone. We just go back into another second half of the verse. like the last time. Just like the last time. Instead of going to the little intro or middle thingy, we just go right back from here. We go boom, back to here. I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how and then instead of going to B flat from this point, where we would normally go up to here, instead, after we've gone, I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words, then it's same, 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 and now we just go right back to this. And then we just play an E flat chord. Double E flats in the bass, and then G, B flat, E flat, and G here. So. You might want to throw in, if you want to be really musical, you can throw in a little what we call a retard. So we're playing. Slow it down, and then I like to throw in a little, and if you want to, for your little where you just kind of stagger the notes, you can throw B flat in here in the left hand, throw the 5 in, that's what it is. And then, you know, you can go up and just play this in a couple of places. Up an octave, up an octave, up an octave. If you want to, or you can just go, there you go. So again, we've gone, hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful. And from here, and that's the song. You can play it exactly the way you did at the beginning, you can play it exactly the way you do in the middle, or you can come up with any variation on it that you want, but you just go back to that theme. That was doing it the way we taught it for the middle of the song. So it doesn't really matter. That's really what's going on. So, beautiful song. Fun song to play, and really put Elton on the map. There wouldn't be an Elton John without this song. So I am really honored to be showing it to you. It's been a lot of fun for me. Love playing it. And I love performing it. I do it almost every gig I ever play. I play this song. So, real treasure in my life so far. I hope that you've enjoyed this as much as I've enjoyed putting it together. As always, I want to tell you how much I appreciate your own dedication to continuing to learn, because I know most of you are not in your, you know, what I'd call your youth. I don't want to be sarcastic about that, but I mean, you're not 12-year-olds who are being forced to take piano lessons by your parents. You're adults, whether you're young adults or older adults, but you're deciding to do this on your own, and that inspires me. It inspires me. There's so many people all over the world who just continue to insist on growing and evolving, and you guys are really my heroes. So it's a real honor for me to be a part of that in your life in whatever way that I am. And to be able to share the music of Elton John and Billy Joel, the people that have inspired me most, it's really a dream come true. So thank you for letting me do this for a living. It's pretty darn cool. And like I said, I hope you enjoy learning from them as much as I enjoy putting them together. I will see you on the next one. Please remember, if you're not having fun when you're making music, you're doing it wrong. And I imagine I'll be around with some new stuff soon. Bye-bye. I'm out of here, gang. Thanks a lot.